Welcome back to the Dubai Business Classics, the podcast where we showcase and celebrate Dubai based businesses and entrepreneurs. Today, I have with me Solange El Rassi, and we'll be talking about the media industry. Solange, welcome so
Yeah.
much to the show.
Thank you so much for having me here. I'm excited for this discussion.
It's my pleasure to have you. I believe that, unlike me, this is very much your natural habitats.
This is my area.
Exactly. Very,
Yeah.
very used to being in front of a camera. So
Yes.
very good.
So basically, I'm a journalist and I'm a media expert with a passion for storytelling and personal branding. I've been doing this for almost 18 years now. I started in Lebanon and then I moved to Egypt and then I was headhunted to Abu Dhabi and now I'm based in Dubai. So it was a long journey, exciting one, and I'm very happy to share it with your audience.
Thank you very much. So you actually studied journalism and mass communication, if
Yes,
I'm not
correct.
mistaken. So you realized early what you wanted to do.
I mean, I had the passion for this whole ecosystem, for the TV, for the radio, for telling stories of people, for sharing it with a wider audience. I had this passion, like I'm a millennial person. I'm born in the 80s, so I was attracted to Barbara Walters at that days. I was attracted to Larry King. I was
Nice.
attracted to um, this thing of TV shows, interviews. So I
Storytelling.
started, yeah,
Yeah.
storytelling. I started it. I had this passion. So for me, the main thing was there, the passion, and then I worked. I on getting educated, how to do it in the proper way. I started in Lebanon. I did my internship also in one of the most prominent newspapers in Lebanon. It's called Al Nahar. And then I moved to Egypt. I started working in advertising, which is pretty similar to my major, which is I got graduated from journalism and the news agencies. And then I was headhunted by Sky News Arabia in Abu Dhabi in 2015. And then I moved to the UAE. And it was a very rewarding and successful one whole decade here in the UAE now.
10 years in the UAE.
Yes.
And do you have you visited the country before?
I mean, just for business trips, for tourism purposes, before 2015. But I can easily say that the country has changed. Lot of developments, lot of more interesting things, lot of more attractive things happening in the country. So yeah, I noticed. I
the
lived this
the
change.
the Lebanese community
Is big.
in the UAE is very
It's
very
a
big.
huge.
So
Yeah.
uh, when you first started to visit the country, do you ever felt that maybe this was a place where in the future you could see yourself kind of like
Yes, of
settling
course.
down and
Absolutely.
mm,
Like even during my just normal trips for tourism or just for business purposes, I felt like I can be living here easily. You know, sometimes you feel like you're visiting countries, you're attracted to them, to the culture, to the place, but you can't see yourself living in this specific country. But when I visited first the UAE, I had this feeling. I had this like strong feeling of, yeah, I can easily live here, and I worked to move to the UAE. Like
okay.
I was trying, I was
So
actively looking for
it was not
opportunities
okay.
just to be one day here. And as like I believe in manifestation, so every time I was coming here, I was seeing myself here in Dubai and Abu Dhabi and the capital, which is also a beautiful place to live.
Without a doubt,
So
yes.
yeah.
Very good. And not only the Lebanese community is huge in the UAE, it is also huge in the media business.
Yes.
Was
It's when
Lebanon? I imagine that Lebanon, for the type of studies that you've done and for your first steps in into your career, as well as Egypt, also these must have been great places to start, because within the region, I think they're known as being the two countries with a very strong culture when it comes to media
to
production.
media, yes, to media production, to broadcast, to even journalism. I mean, there's this lot of support in my country for the freedom of speech.
Hmm.
So you can express, you
Hmm.
can say whatever you think. And I mean, this is also supporting the idea of people more going to the media, the exposure that you will have, the liberty and the freedom of expressing your thoughts, sharing it with a wider audience. So it was a win-win situation. Like this is what I want. This is my passion. This is what I'm seeing myself doing for the coming years. And also, my country is well known for this. Lebanon, as you mentioned, like a big community living here and a lot of people working in this specific industries. And when
All
we
over the
say
world, yeah.
media, like under the umbrella of media falls a lot of things, like it
Yes,
falls the journalism, falls the mass comms, the marketing, the documentation, the news agencies. So this is not something just here in the UAE. Like you can see it in all the Arab countries, even worldwide. Lot of prominent and media figures, media experts, Lebanese from Lebanese origins.
for sure. Um, so in your career, all these different aspects of media. Tell me a little bit about all the different areas where you were able to work, and is there any preference, anything that is kind of like your favorites?
Yes. So basically, as I mentioned, I started in journalism, and then I wanted to explore the advertising world. And as you mentioned, Egypt is one of those countries with big population. They have this advertising ecosystem. They have strong presence for the advertising. I moved with one of the prominent companies and groups, which called Shweire Group.
Hmm.
They have at that time the concessions and the right concessions of MBC Group. So I started with something very solid, very strong with MBC Group and for the advertising world. So it gave me a lot of exposure. It gave me a lot of experience. I moved out of Lebanon in 2006. It was overlapping with one of the wars, unfortunately, because Lebanon is always on this ups and downs circle. So I moved out of Lebanon because of this. It was a wartime. So I thought like this is a good time to explore opportunities elsewhere and make my dreams, my goals happening. And yeah, I started in Egypt, and then I was headhunted by Sky News Arabia. I moved in Abu Dhabi. I was also working in kind of content creation. And then I moved to the uh, production and with Al TV, production, TV presenting, content creation, social media. So in 2020, it was career shifting for me
Hmm.
because I was more specialized in communications and marketing and content creation and events. So all these angles and all these pillars falling under the media scene. So I can say like for every period and every phase and everything I was working in it, since I had the passion, since I was ambitious about it, I was able to deliver the results and to achieve something. And now I feel like I am doing what I like in terms of media consultancy for local companies, local brands, global brands, personal working on the personal branding, which is also one of my passions. And
Mm.
nowadays, it's very important. A lot of brands, a lot of people and individuals are giving more importance and more attention to this area.
Do you think that more and more uh, the people drive the following rather than the entities, the big brands? Do you think it's
I
it's
mean,
more down
now
to the individuals these days?
yes. So basically, the transformation, the radical transformation that happened to the broadcast world, moving from broadcast channels, from this, the traditional media that we call it traditional media, the TV, the radio, the newspapers, the magazine, and the transformation to the social media. And now with the presence of artificial intelligence. So I think like people they were following more big brands. Now they are following more individuals
Mm.
because nowadays I believe everyone is a content creator, and the social media is playing a vital role in this to support individuals, to give them the support, to give them the fame, to
The
give them the
platform.
wealth.
Mm.
So one small incident may change the whole scene. So yes, people are giving more importance to their personal branding, to how they should show up in public, on social media, in their personal life, at work. And I mean, this is a game changer. Like
Yeah, for sure. So I know for a fact that when it comes to content creation, there was an explosion of phenomenon people that grew a tremendous amount of following during the pandemic
yes.
because people were at home. A lot of people start like playing around with their devices, making content. A lot of gamers online gain millions of followers because there was a lot of kids that were also home with nothing to do and they wanted to learn a specific game. So I know that before and after COVID was completely different when it comes to the content creation scene and the amount of following that some of these content creators have. Was this an interesting period for you? Did you manage to capitalize on the pandemic, or was it? Do you feel like it affected your activity?
So it impacted my activities in a very positive way because this time we it was a moment for
Hmm.
every individual and every person to do a reshuffle, to rethink about what has passed and what you're reflecting to the future, what where do you want to see yourself. And this remote working changed the whole thing. So prior to COVID time, prior to 2020, everyone was drawn to the full-time jobs. uh
Commuting.
yes, so the meeting in person, like it was a very traditional way of seeing things. Post COVID, people started to see things in a very different perspective, like working remotely, being a freelancer, exploring different industries, and also exploring like different ecosystems. Like I started to have a look at the cryptocurrency world.
Mm.
This wasn't my thing. The finance thing wasn't my thing, wasn't my area. So I wanted to learn more. I wanted to see what other possible way of generating money. So I started to understand more about this ecosystem. And this helped me like 2, 3 years down the line to have my own podcast related to blockchain, to Web3, to cryptocurrency because I had a strong background. I started to follow more people working in this industry. I started to understand how it functions and how can I benefit myself from the presence of the cryptocurrency. So it was, as I mentioned, 2020. It was a year of reflection,
Mm.
internal reflection. What do you want to do in the future? How you want to operate in the coming years? It was very interesting, like because as you mentioned, we had a lot of time to think, to explore, to decide where do you want to continue and to change the way, because it was a lesson to learn, like not to follow the crowd, to be someone unique, to be someone different, because in this busy
And
world.
things that you thought that were granted, all of a
Yes.
sudden they're not, and it makes you
Yes,
rethink about
disappear.
your.
Yeah, it was like, as I mentioned, like if we were still operating the same way, we would have like faced some struggles, some circumstances that's happening, like would have stopped you. I always say, because I'm also guest lecturer in universities, working with different universities here nationwide and in the Arab world. So I have a lot of interaction with the young adults and with students. So I always insist on something, that you have to develop yourself. You have to find internally what are your unique skills. Like every person, every individual, we have our unique skills that differentiate us from other people. So if you don't develop and work on shining your unique skills, you will be easily replaced with
Mm.
this fast moving workplaces, workforces. So you'll be one day replaced. You have to be someone different,
Unique.
offering something unique to this
Yeah.
world, learning more and more,
Mm.
so you can be replaceable. Uh, Time is money, time is very expensive. We have to use it for our own benefits, for our own profits. So one day you feel like you are someone um, um, not not to be replaced. You are
Yeah.
someone with strong presence in your word.
And you feel
You're doing some,
fulfilled.
yeah, fulfilled, and
Yeah,
you're doing some changes for the humanity, not just for yourself, for the humanity as well.
that's true. So I think that in the end, what the pandemic has managed to enable for a lot of people was the fact that they were not doing the same routine.
Yes.
So they had more time because they were not commuting. I think all of us were forced to learn a bit more about technology.
Mm.
And once you start learning about technology and you realize that actually I can have multiple meetings in the same time, that I was maybe having one
Wasting my,
because I needed to
yes,
go there and come back and whatnot.
100%.
And then also from that moment that you start working online, you start realizing that you're not restricted to your geographical area. So a lot of people were able to scale their business and their activity because all of a sudden they can communicate and they can appeal to the whole world. Maybe,
And yeah, and this is what companies are doing for the past 4 or 5 years, and it's scary because if you keep on doing the same, you will easily be like behind. So companies are working with different nationalities, with different talents from different part of the world. So now you can be based in whatever country, but still delivering,
Mhm.
still working with different entities, with different industries. So this old idea of the full-time job, 9 to 5, 9 to 6, has changed a lot. So it was a right time. COVID time, the pandemic 2020 was kind of shock for the whole humanity, for the whole world. So when people start feel the urge of changing, when they get this shock, when they feel like, no, It's they reach the rock bottom. They feel like, no, this is the time to change, to figure something out, to be creative, to think out of the outside the box, and to come up with solutions, with something else,
Yeah.
with alternatives.
Work for multiple clients instead of a single company.
Yes, and
So
different industries, because
yes,
like for me, I'm specialized, let's say, in the media. I've been doing this for the whole time. uh, but like getting this exposure of maybe the healthcare sector, the education sector, the whatever, any sector will give you more knowledge, will give you more exposure, will be more wanted. So it's good to have this freedom of working with different entities on your own, and
help out where
with
you're
your
needed and where you can add value.
yes,
Yeah,
100%.
that's helpful for them and also more fulfilling for you. So I know that at some point you start working for yourself, and now
Yes.
you're like an independent professional, like a liberal
Yeah.
professional. Did this change happen also at that point during COVID? This is when you thought, okay, so I'm going to take this step, or did it happen a
No,
little bit
it
after?
happened just recently when I started to feel like now it's time to share my expertise and my knowledge with other people. Like I get the experience of this industry. I witnessed the big change of the TV channel moving from general broadcast to being more dedicated to social media platforms. I was part of this transformation, huge transformation, the rebranding of LNTV, moving from a general entertainment channel to a channel dedicated to youth between 18 to 24. I changed the whole, the messaging, the new tagline, the new position of the channel. It was a very rewarding time. Like 4 or 5 years, my complete focus was on delivering this new message, this new position of the channel. I worked a lot with young adults, with students, with the Generation Z. So I felt like this is the right time to have my own thing, my own workshop online.
Gave you that
My
confidence.
Yes, I always had the confidence, but this 9 to 6 job, 9 to 5 job, it it gives you this stability that sometimes you feel like I don't want to go outside my comfort zone. And then after I feel like no, I reached a stagnation. I learned a lot. I'm very grateful to all the organizations, to all the companies that gave me the opportunity to be part of their team, to deliver their projects, to work with them closely. But this is the right time to start operating on my own and help another group of people, the students, the young adults. I've been known for the past years, supporting them, working with them closely, giving them the opportunity, whether through my work with Al TV, or nowadays working on my own. So yeah, this is something very interesting, because you start to have the whole freedom. You have your time, and you have to use it in the right, proper way.
All the freedom and all the responsibility.
Yes, all the freedom and the responsibility.
That's very good. So tell me one thing. I guess that from a personal point of view, we've already mentioned that moving to the UAE, living in Dubai, was something that you always thought that it could be something very nice. Was it initially, career-wise, also a positive change when it comes to career progression? Is the UAE the place
Yes,
where the
of
media
course.
people want to come and work?
Of course, I can definitely say that the UAE gave me this big opportunity of shining and to follow my passion and to grow in this very competitive industry. I mean, the media is very competitive
Mm.
and very fast moving industry.
Mm.
So if you cannot stand out this crowd, you will be left behind. So the UAE gave me the opportunity first by granting me the golden visa on living on this beautiful in this beautiful country in this beautiful place for longer time. You don't have this pressure of the visa,
Mm.
the sponsor, so you can be focusing on how to develop yourself, your career, and put your attention somewhere else. Uh, yeah, of course, the UAE is a prominent place, a very attractive place for media professionals, for media experts, and the most important element that you will get your opportunity, you will get your chance, just if you are serious about your job, if you take it seriously, if you are hardworking, and if you are like, for me, the honesty, the transparency are key element also. So because reputation is also important.
Yes, of
So
course.
when the brands, when the
Especially when
companies,
you're always out there
yes,
on the public eye.
reputation is a key element, and the impression that you leave in your in this world, in this
Hmm.
small world, in your business, is very important. So yeah, the integrity, the all these elements that the UAE is offering, so it's very
So
attractive
then,
for experts.
the Solange employed by the big broadcasting companies, when she turns into the Solange entrepreneur, she still wants to be in this place in Dubai
Yes,
doing business.
yes,
This is still the place that offers you the
I'm
best platform.
yes, I'm working, like, and part of my work being a public speaker, being as media expert, media professional. I participate in a lot of events in the region, but I still like feel like I want to be here back. I want to be back in Dubai. I want to be back in the UAE. The luxury that you have in this place, the facilities that you're getting, the freedom that you're getting, and it's very rewarding financially, mentally, on all
Lifestyle
levels,
wise also,
lifestyle
right?
wise.
Without
Yeah.
without any question. So I know you speak several languages. When you're presenting or when you're doing a show or even attending a conference, what is the language that you like to speak the most when it comes, not for the language itself, but in terms of audience?
In terms of audience, I always like to address my speeches, my thoughts, my panels, all my discussions, the moderation that I do. I like to address it to more a global audience,
Hmm.
to be understandable, to be more viral.
They're more
But
rich.
my favorite language is the Arabic. Arabic language is very rich. It's very you can express the same thing in different ways. It's the language of poets. So Arabic is always my preferred language, but of course to abide and to follow, to be understandable by a wider audience, you
Hmm.
have to use the main language, English, and the international language. And I use the French language when on personal level, like speaking with my small communities, listening to music, reading books, just to keep
Was
my
that
memory
was
fresh.
was that the language at home growing up?
So the
or at
main
school maybe?
language, the first language in Lebanon, I'm French educated, so
Hmm.
it was the language, the primary language in school. But still at home, we use, in Lebanon, we use three languages
A
in one
mix, yeah,
sentence, in one sentence.
yeah.
So it was like a mix of the three of them.
That's cool. Talking about language, I've just remembered that you kind of like saved my life once. We were that this is actually how we met.
Yes,
Um, we were backstage, about to go on a stage to present an award to a famous
director.
director, and I was walked to the stage. I was going to present together with you, and you were going to do the introduction, and I was going to say the name. And they give me a little card with the name of the winner, and I look at it, and it's written Arabic, and I'm like, we're
Yes.
about to go in, and I'm like, oh my
How
god,
to say it? How to pronounce
I'm
it?
in trouble. Luckily, you were able to coach me very quickly, and the first thing I asked you as I was coming out is, did I say it correctly? And luckily it did. I still remember. I can say it.
Yes, I still
Ellie
remember
Ham.
too. Yeah, Elise Ma'an,
It's a
correct.
man. Yes. So yeah, that was a funny moment. But it goes to show that, you know, in these things, knowing several languages is such a resource because you can easily adapt to the situation.
Yes, of course.
So yeah. So tell me, in terms of future plans, what have you got in mind? Anything that you can reveal? Obviously, some stuff you might want to keep
I
for
mean,
yourself. But
I'm always positive about things happening in my life. I'm always positive about the future as long as you are someone serious about your job, someone working hard to achieve your goals. I'm grateful and blessed for all the blessings that I've been witnessing in my life. I hope that the future will hold all the positive things for me, whether on personal level or professional level. I'm doing what I can do within my capabilities, within all the experience that I have. I'm trying to support. I'm trying to help. I'm trying to add value to the humanity, to the world, to my ecosystem, to my community. So, all these things, all these positive elements, I'm sure it will be rewarding. It will deliver the right things in the future. And I'm someone with faith, with positivity, and I believe in the law of attraction. Whatever you give to the world, it will return back to you. So I'm giving all the positive things, all the good things. I think it will be rewarding. It will return one day to myself.
I'm sure. I'm
And
sure it will.
I mean, still living here in the UAE, this the land of the country of tolerance, with all these nationalities that we're meeting, when we're encountering every day. So yeah, I'm happy here, and
Where can people see your work at the moment? Where can they know
yes.
about more about you, what you're doing, and
So I'm someone very active on social media. So I'm someone sharing my professional achievements, my thoughts, my opinion pieces on LinkedIn on my page. Sharing my a bit of my lifestyle, my personal life on snippets on Instagram. I started to be active on TikTok, not doing challenges, not having live, not having this thing, but I feel like also TikTok has been a bit of educational platform for me because the algorithm operates in a very unique way, in a
yes.
very nice way. So it offers you all the contents that related to your interest. So for the past 1 year, before 1 year, I was kind of against TikTok. I was seeing it in a different perspective, like waste of time for
Hmm.
the people, for the youth. I started to shift my how I'm seeing this platform, how I'm perceiving it. For me, it's kind of educational.
And it
Um,
also extends your content to a different demographic,
Yes, of
younger
course.
demographic,
Younger demographic
which is also
and
important.
a wider audience.
Mm,
Like now, some people from different part of the world, they are getting in touch with me. They are showing interest in my work, interested in the workshops that I'm delivering, that I'm working on, developing them and having them online. So it widen your audience and your presence here in the region and global wise. And yeah, like I'm always reachable. I'm always ready to assist people, to help people, the younger generation that they feel that they are not heard enough. They don't have enough opportunity, especially the young adults in the Arab world. They feel they are not heard enough. They don't have the chances to work, to start their career in a professional way. So I'm trying to assist as much as possible with all the content that I'm sharing, that I'm producing, that I'm putting available for them online. And yeah, I mean, you have to be part of this.
mm,
Like, if this is also part, very interesting element of the personal branding. So nowadays, if you want to have more information about anyone, you will immediately search their name. You will search all the details that you can find online. So if this person doesn't have any digital footprint online, it's a red flag.
mm.
Like, you have to cope
Yes,
with what's happening. You have to be part of this progress.
it feels
The
like you lack transparency.
Yes,
You
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 have
you
to
had
be.
something to hide.
And as I mentioned, like, credibility is very important. So if they see like a content that you're sharing which is against what you're preaching every day, and this is very common on social media because people, they tend to preach to be like very idealistic, and then on the other side they show something different when it comes to their personal life, to
Mm,
the content that they are sharing online. So they will eliminate this element of credibility that the audience is creating and developing. So you have to show up in a very natural way, in a very
yes, yes.
decent way, in a very transparent way. uh, People now, they are more educated on this social media thing, the technology thing. Before, it was more, um I would say, like, some people used to act. Now people, they differentiate who's
Yeah,
very transparent, who's very natural, and who's faking
and I think
the
I think it's
presence.
almost impossible not to be uh, on the internet somewhere. At some point, you will show up. So instead of leaving it by chance for
Yes.
what the only thing that people find about you is what your friends are posting that you happen to be on it, and then like that's maybe not
What you want to show, how you
what.
want to show
So
up. Yes.
you do need to position yourself the way you think you should be perceived, and be very
100%.
clear, very open about
And you
your
have to have a strategy. Like, if I want now to have my own presence on social media, some people, they tend to mix things up. Like, they want to show up as an influencer, as a blogger, as a foodie
mm,
person, content creator, a lifestyle person. They mix things up, and the audience start to get lost. Like,
mm,
what you're offering, you have to offer something unique, something
mhm.
different. With the high competition on social media, as I mentioned, everyone is a content creator nowadays. What will make you different than other people? What's your offering? What you're adding to this huge
Yeah,
thing?
why should people
To
follow
this,
you and not
yes,
someone
why should
else?
people follow you? Like, I mean, as I mentioned, people now, they are more educated, more cultivated, they understand better. So if I want to follow you, you have to answer this question of what's in it for me. Why should I follow you? For more more information, for more knowledge, for you're giving me like some tips and tricks, you're giving some advices, something useful for me, or just another random account
Mm.
online, just waking up
Considering
shit.
that anyone can
Yes.
follow millions and millions and millions of accounts, why that one, right?
Yes, of course. Why specifically this account? Because I want something that that's different,
Mhm.
that's unique. People they get bored easily with the attention spans from maybe half an hour to 5 seconds.
Yes.
5 to 10 seconds. So if you don't offer in this 5 seconds, the first 5 seconds, something different, something interesting, you will be left behind. Like as we can, as we noticed, a lot of accounts they had this redundancy. They had this people following them, and then they changed their mind. They are bored from the content, repetitive content, something boring, not something new, fresh, organic, natural. And this is also part of this huge transformation of the media industry and broadcast thing, because before, of course, the huge studios, the fancy studios, the camera with high qualities, the full makeup and of the host, the TV presenter, the anchor. So now this is not existing anymore. I can shoot a whole video, a whole content was just by just using the camera of my mobile, having
Which is
just
better and better.
yes, basic like tools, ring light, just a nice place, nice background, and that's it. You can shoot a whole content.
Yeah.
So you have to cope with this transformation, being more natural,
Yeah.
being more close to
And
the
I
audience.
think that people are looking for genuine content also.
Genuine content,
So
authentic content.
if it looks more casual and less prepared, it comes across as more truthful.
It's more authentic and genuine because it goes directly to the people. They believe it more. It's more genuine. Um, Believe it or not, the first two topics that gains the highest interest when it comes to the audience and content creation are babies and pets, because they are real babies,
Mm,
they never fake it.
mm.
Also pets, they are also real. So these are
And
the two
it
topics.
triggers an emotional
Yes, it
connection.
triggers emotional connections, and
Yes.
they feel, the audience feels like this is genuine, this is 100% organic and natural, not fake.
That's very cool. So you teach all these type of things?
Yes, and more. Like, I mean, this is a very detailed word when it comes to personal branding. So some people, especially C-suite executives
Mm.
and high decision makers, they have a lot of content to share, a lot of
Yeah.
things to say, but when they are in front of the camera, they have this camera shy thing. They are scared. Like sometimes sharing more information is will backfire on you.
Mm.
Sometimes they don't know how to avoid tricky questions. So I help them to do all this thing in a very natural way, very organic way. How to get dressed, even the smallest details, how to show up in front of the camera. Sometimes less is better than more. Less is always better. Being more simple is always better. Sometimes silence is better than speaking a whole paragraph. These small ethics of social media, how to grow your pages, how to grow your social media accounts, what kind of content resonates better with the audience, um, what frequency you should post. Sometimes oversharing, overposting also will backfire on you because it's very boring.
Yeah.
Like every time I open my account,
It's
I
tiring.
will I will keep on seeing the same people, the same person
Yeah.
sharing the same. So you have to have kind of varieties. something interesting, something resonating, you have to understand also your audience, because obviously you're sharing this content with them. So what are their preferences? What do they like? Why they are following you? Um, Also, like, sometimes it's also interesting to go back to the traditional way of doing PR, speaking opportunities, public press releases, sharing it online. So I do a
It's a
combination.
mix.
It's a mix. It's a
You need to have a
360.
balance. Otherwise,
Uh,
you don't appeal to everyone. You need to.
Exactly. So you have to have this strategy of reaching out to all the audiences wherever they are, whether on social media, whether the millennials, the baby boomers, which still have this passion to the traditional way, to the TV, to the radio, magazines, which is now advertising in a magazine became something luxurious.
Mm.
So you have to be there. You have to be in events, connecting with people in person, talking, maximizing your connections, your circle, the people you know in real life and on social media in the digital world.
That is amazing. Solange, I'm hoping that this podcast is gonna be a tremendous success, and that maybe one day I can afford your services and you help me with all these things.
I'm always I'm happy to have this discussion with you today, and I'm happy to be featured in one of the episodes in your first
Season,
podcast
yes.
season. It's very interesting. The podcast thing is growing very fast because. As we were talking behind the shooting, it's a platform where you can express yourself, meet with other people with minimal things, and you don't need much things just to have your own content. So this is helping and supporting and encouraging a lot of other people to do the same. So you have your own platform, you have your own way of presenting things, and there you go. So this is I'm very
If-
happy that you started this. I'm sure it will resonate with your audience, with the people following you, and with this in Dubai, the UAE, and here in the region. This is just the beginning.
Thank you very much. It's very inspiring. I should have
Thank
gotten you here the first time I did one, so that I would gain confidence for the following ones. It's been a great pleasure. Thank you
thank
so
you. The
much for
pleasure all
coming,
mine. Thank you.
and I'm sure we'll meet again in other
Sure.
stages where you can help me with the Arabic if I need
Yeah,
so.
of course. My
Okay,
pleasure. Thank you so
thank
much.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this episode as much as I did. Tune in for the next one, and we'll see you soon. Thank you.